No disrespect, but just being for real. All right. So good luck to you on that, and grow up a little bit. Okay. If you really want this woman in your life, you need to grow up. That's it. That's all. All right. So we're going to pause on the yes or no's. I want to talk to y'all about binding your name to abundance. I had did a video here on TikTok where I was talking about how once you bind your name with abundance and then purposefully triggering someone to get upset with you, my pleasure, Z, to get upset with you so that they use your name or they have like a negativity, a rage that they feel because of something that you did, right? Now, when you bind your name with abundance, you are asking that anything that is said in critique, or even anything that is said or felt that is positive, right? Praise will be transmuted and sent back to you in the form of abundance. This is great. You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate your compliment. So I want to talk to y'all about that. I actually want to record this part. Let's see. Oh, I'll do it over here so I don't have to stop the flow. So just give me one moment, y'all. See if I can get this together. Where is it at? Of course it doesn't want to work. All right, I'll just download it later from TikTok. Okay. All right, so before we even begin, I want to share with you guys that I am coming from the perspective of using hoodoo as my magic, let's say, as my work, okay? Background in hoodoo. If you are not of African American descent or you are and you don't practice hoodoo, but maybe you practice some other type of belief, okay? Whether you are into the Greek pantheon, the Roman pantheon, the Nordic, whatever, any other African traditional religion or spirituality, keep in mind that it's all energy. And so use the energy based off of what you're trying to do. Fair? Okay. So, when you're binding your name to abundance, the symbolic tools that you will use are a green or gold candle, bay leaves for manifestation and prosperity, cinnamon sticks or powder for attraction and financial flow, a string or cord, preferably something that is green or gold or even white. And this is basically to bind it all together, right? You're going to be tying the knot. It's going to bind it together. You may also need a small pouch or a jar. So a small jar, right? Let me show y'all. Can be anything like this as an example, right? Yeah, something like this. You can use something like this. This is molasses, all right? This is for making a sweetening jar. This is also just an example of the size of a jar. It doesn't have to be too big, okay? Keep in mind that it's always about your energy and your intentions, Okay, it is not, you don't have to use a lot of different products and tools and things like that. You can, but you don't have to. If all you have is a candle or a glass of water or both, you can still do this. Okay, so a pen and paper. You're going to want to get parchment paper, which is basically a paper bag. Essential oils, patchouli, bergamot, or cinnamon for anointing. Crystals, this is totally optional. Crystals aren't necessarily like a hoodoo thing, but I know folks are into it. I know I am. But crystals, citrine, pyrite, or gold aventurine. I know that there's even some practitioners who might even use like gold glitter, right? And then there's incense to clear and to charge your space. Sandalwood or frankincense. You can even use poppy seeds. That's going to be for protection as well as abundance in a sense. Kind of like an expansion of things. All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is cleanse yourself and cleanse your space where you're going to be doing this work. Okay, you can cleanse with, I don't recommend sage, but I know people are using sage. If you're not going to use sage, I wouldn't use sage, only because of how it's harvested. You can use yerba santo, you can use palo santo, or you can use some type of incense stick. Okay. And then set like a calming and focused atmosphere. Then you're gonna want to do your protection work. So whoever you work with, whoever you call upon for your protection, whether if it's God, the archangels, or Shango or Ogun, whoever it may be, right? Thor, whoever. Archangels would be Michael, right? You're going to call in that energy. Okay, you're going to invoke the energy, not evoke. Invoke. There's two differences. Evoke means that you are literally calling this entity into your home or to your space. Invoke means that you're just asking them to send some energy, right? It's kind of like, when you say, you call your friend, oh, can you just, send me some positive energy. Can you pray for me? That type of thing. Okay. Then you're going to ground yourself. We talk about grounding ourselves all the time. That's very important to visualize what your feet growing roots, planting themselves into the ground. And then while meditating, visualizing whatever it is that you have set your intentions on. All right. Another thing that's important to keep in mind, that with any work that you are going to do, make sure that you know what day and what time to do them. So for this, we're doing abundance, right? So we would do this on specifically financial abundance. You are going to want to do this work on a Thursday. Why? Because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Okay. Also keep in mind that if you're going to be working with any angels, you're going to want to work with Sachiel, who is over wealth and success. So you would work with Sachiel on Thursday. You would do this type of working. There's 4 times during the day that you could do it. The 1st hour, the 8th hour, the 15th hour, and the 22nd hour of the day. So 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 3 p.m., or 10 p.m. Okay? But just a little tip. Always doing it before the sun rises is always like the best time, because the spirits are still out and about. All right. So when the sun is at the horizon, that would be the best time to do it. Let me know how you guys are taking all this in. put it in the comments. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please make sure that you're still liking this live. Please make sure that you're still sharing this live. I'm sharing all of this information with y'all because it's important, right? At this time in the game, we need as much money coming into us as we can. Now, you're going to write your incantation on a paper. What did I say? Incantation? No. Intention. My apologies. Write it on your parchment paper. Write clear and specific intentions. All right? Your intentions for binding your name with financial abundance or even entrepreneurial success is going to be something like, I bind my name, and you say your name, to the energy of financial abundance and entrepreneurial success. Every time my name is spoken, whether in kindness or critique, the energy behind those words amplifies my wealth and prosperity. My business flourishes and abundance flows to me effortlessly, fueled by every utterance of my name. And then you can end it with, so it is bound, so it shall be, Ashe, Amen. Does that make sense? Pren, can you please block free TikTok coins? Link in bio. Thank you. Matter of fact, let me just, thank you. Thank you. All right, fantastic. I went on ahead and did it. Now, you're going to take your candles and you're going to anoint them with your essential oils. Remember, the essential oils are what? The patchouli or the bergamot or the cinnamon. You're going to anoint them from the base of the wick up while focusing on your intentions, okay? Put your herbs, put your crystals, place your bay leaves and your cinnamons, your crystals or whatever around the candle. For safety reasons, y'all, when you have your candle and it's lit, I don't have any tapered candles, but let's just say you're using a tapered candle. Make sure that you're putting salt around it to keep it from getting too hot on the surface that you're using, because depending on the container, it could get too hot and it could burn your stuff. So put some salt down. Okay. You're then going to take your candle and you're going to use a toothpick or whatever you have and carve any type of money type symbols into it. So a money sign, you know, the dollar sign, the pound, the whatever, the ruble, whatever you guys are using. The infinity sign. Or if you are someone who uses runes, you might want to use the, I believe it's pronounced Fihu or Fehu. It kind of looks like a stick and then there's like a line coming out of it. It's for wealth, okay? If you guys aren't familiar with any of these things, go ahead and utilize Google to look it up. What else are we doing? You can then light, okay, so you're going to light your candle and say out loud something like, it doesn't have to be this word for word, but something like, by the power of fire, air, earth, and water, I call upon the energies of prosperity, financial abundance, entrepreneurial success, bind to me now and grow as the flame grows. Now the string that you have, okay, you're going to take the stringer cord and tie it around the paper containing your intentions. As you tie each knot, say, with this knot, I bind abundance to me. With this knot, my success is free. With this knot, I seal my fate. Wealth and success are mine to create. This is just an example. You do not have to use these exact words. I'm just giving you guys example of what I would do. Then you're going to seal it. You're going to place the tied intention paper, bay leaves, the cinnamon into a pouch or jar. Wealth and success, and then add any crystals or whatever that you want, and you're going to seal it tightly. Now, I would also put honey in there if it was a jar, or molasses, like a sweetening jar, right? Why do I choose molasses? Because most likely in the times when our folks were enslaved, they would probably have more access to molasses than they would honey. I try to keep everything like pretty traditional, but of course, you know, crystals aren't necessarily traditional in hoodoo, but I'm just letting y'all understand the big picture. Fair? Okay. And then next, you're going to allow the candle to burn safely. Allow the candle to burn out naturally or for a specific amount of time while focusing on your goals. Okay. You can even take the candle as it's burning and take that wax and you can seal your container. If you're using a jar or what have you, you can seal it with the wax. Again, you're going to use a green or a gold candle and you're going to seal the container with the wax. With the wax as it's melting from the candle. Now, after you're done with everything, you're going to keep the jar or the pouch in the space where you do your like if you're doing this for entrepreneurial reasons, you're going to want to have it on your office desk. Okay? Or maybe you work out of your car. Like let's say you're a traveling notary. You might want to put it in your car. If you are someone who works out of your car, I would also recommend that you get some sweetgrass and put it in your car for protection. I'm just saying, use it if you want. Get the sweetgrass if you are a traveling person, and it will bring in protection for you as well. Okay. So you're going to put it on your workspace, or you may want to put it on your altar or somewhere where you associate your business. And then from time to time, if you're ever feeling stuck, if you ever need a little pick-me-up, you're going to go back to your pouch. You're going to go back to your jar. You may want to shake it up. You may want to repeat some affirmations over it, but the purpose is to refresh the intentions of why you created it in the first place, okay? So you would, now, like with my stuff, with the molasses, like if I shake it, it's really not going to go anywhere, right? But I may want to hold it, warm it up with your hands. Remember, your hands have an electric current, and so you can hold your items, send your energy through it, bless it, okay? And then finally, just remember to just stay committed to what you are trying to do. If you're trying to build a business from the ground up, stay committed to it, okay? Do some networking, create your content, anything that's going to reinforce the motion of bringing in abundance. Now, when you are binding, or after you have bound your name to abundance, and you've said whether if it is in, what did we say? Kindness or critique. Then I want to say this in the most easiest way, and I'm getting tongue-tied. So when it's in kindness or critique, whenever people are speaking your name, understand that all of that energy, positive or negative, is going to be transmuted for your abundance. So this would not be the time for when people are talking trash about you, right? This would not be the time for you to be like, keep my name out of your mouth. No, let them keep talking crazy, because that energy is going to come back to you like tenfold. And let's say you want to trigger someone, right? Trigger someone who you already just don't get along with. Maybe it's your mother-in-law. Maybe it's your father-in-law. Maybe it's your child's parent, other parent, you know. Maybe your boss just doesn't like you. Either way that it goes, allow them to speak, okay? Because the more energy that they put into you, the more energy is going to go into your abundance and will be transmuted on your behalf, okay? So I want to remind you how important it is, though, that once you are done with your work, you need to then cleanse yourself again. So whether if it's taking a shower, whether if it's doing any incense around you, any yerba santo, you need to make sure that you are clean, right? Everything is working out for me. Keep yourself positive, have positive thoughts, and have an optimistic outlook. Focus on what you're doing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Yeah, and that's just like practical steps for how to do all of it. If y'all have any questions, put it in the comments. If not, we'll just leave that there. And we'll get back to the yes or no's and the full readings, okay? So I wanted to share that with